Oh boy, another trailer gives us a bigger view of the upcoming My Adventures with Superman cartoon. Not My Adventures. You know, I think it's referring to Lois Lane's adventures with Superman. But anyway, so here I am at Cosmic Book News, just because. And, there's another image. The anime style was always clear there. The Superman symbol, I don't think it's working. But what are you going to do? And, of course, seen that picture before. There's Lois sort of dominating and chewing up all the scenery and whatnot. But then, of course, Clark is supposed to be this clumsy doofus-type guy, so that you don't catch on that he's Superman. And then Jimmy, yeah. Apparently in the trailer as well, there you get a better look at Superman. Well, of course, you know my rule. I don't play it because I don't know what the rules are. I know people do it all the time, but I don't know. So anyway, Perry White is also black. I think so. I didn't really say, but he seems to be the boss at the Daily Planet, so I'm assuming that's Perry White. And of course, Lawrence Fishburne played him in the Man of Steel film and all that. His name is still White, so there is that. Well, what if it's a bit of a surprise and he's actually George Taylor, who was also white? You know who George Taylor was? No? Okay. Anyway, that's the deal. And, of course, this is all required, because a third white guy in this scene would just be outrageous. So, anyway, that's the deal. Some of the scenes this show, I guess it's all right. It's mostly being silly. And it seems more of the romance between the two developing alongside whatever adventures happen. Don't really get a good view of what the adventures will be. Most of it just seemed to be comedy and silliness. So, I don't know. I'm not optimistic about it. Jack Quaid from The Boys. Yeah, that's right. I wouldn't want to mention that other cartoon he works for, because it stinks. But he'll be doing his live-action version of that character in Strange New Worlds. Oh, boy, with purple hair and everything. Anyway, he's Clark Kent and the titular character. Well, who could that be? It's Superman. Yeah, I know. And Alice Lee, Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Not familiar, voices Lois Lane. Jeannie Torrado voices Lana Lang. Didn't know she was in it, but there you go. It does. I don't recall seeing her in the trailer. Maybe a brief clip was in there. I don't know. Kiana Madeira voices Kara Zor-El, so Supergirl will be around. So there you go. And Michael Yorchak voices Winslow Scott, with Ishmael Saeed as Jimmy Olsen. So, I didn't realize that. So Ishmael, so maybe Jimmy is not black per se, but rather Arabic. So that's interesting. So they did that. Kind of weird because the last time Jimmy Olsen was white was in the extended cut for Batman versus Superman, and he was a CIA agent and he got murdered. Yeah. Of course, they always could have said that he wasn't really Jimmy Olsen, that he just stole Jimmy Olsen's identity to be able to embed himself with Lois Lane in that scenario. Yeah. Well, anyway, here's Jimmy. And so they get it up into all these shenanigans, and it's silly. And the Superman shows up every now and then to save stuff. I don't know. It might be. I mean, it's going to be a silly cartoon. This isn't the 90s where they did it right, and we'll never do it that way again. Seem determined to not do it that way ever again. And broke the mold and all that. But maybe it won't be so bad. It'll just be a silly show. But the good news is he got his trunks back. Apparently, some of the artwork, the initial, was to not do that. There's no more trunks. They want to see every inch of Superman's ball coming through the tights, But no. They put the shorts back on. And it's all, you got to find the positives where you can. So anyway, that's coming soon to Adult Swim for you. In the meantime, probably better off checking out Superman and Lois. That's much better. Sadly, doesn't have the trunks. Briefly had them, in the pilot episode, but not anymore. Yeah. So when it comes to trunks, My Adventures of Superman takes the win. Yeah.